Yeah, so I'm talking about growing old ludicrously. Have you ever walked into a room? I thought, who lives here? Then you look down, find your burglar tools. Okay. Thought I was losing it. Now, that is the first line of my stand-up. Unfortunately, I can't give you any more because it's a Sunday morning and we have these lovely young people here, and that is the only bit that's not pure filth. So I thought I'd have to do something else. So what I'm going to do is, to help my talk, I've brought along my invisible props box. Ooh. Full of invisible props. And so I'm going to talk about why it's a good idea to grow old disgracefully or ludicrously or anything else like that. So we will now look in. Ooh, what is it? It's a brain. It's a brain. Oh, I should have put my gloves on. I did bring some invisible gloves, but I've forgotten. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is neuroplasticity. Ooh. You weren't expecting that, were you? Intellectual content has suddenly gone, woo! Yeah, basically, people used to believe that all your learning you did when you were quite young, and these young people here, they have wonderful, wonderful brains that are kind of expanding, and I've dropped my brain. Sorry. We'll forget about that invisible prop and just talk. Okay, so they used to believe that your brain was pretty much fixed, and that once you got to about 20, it was kind of downhill, basically, all the way to the grave. But now what they found out is that actually the brain, if it's given the right stimulation, grows and makes new connections between all your neurons for your entire life. But what you need is to have new experiences, learn new things, and you can keep growing. You can have this enormous brain. And so basically I've dedicated myself to new experiences and to getting rid of the things that stop you enjoying life. And I'm now going to go into my invisible box. It's a bucket. Okay, now people quite often have a bucket list, you know, things that they want to do before they'll die. Well, I have something a bit similar to a bucket list. It's called a Phuket list. Phuket being that party place in Thailand. And it's to give you the spirit of, basically what you say is, oh, I've always wanted to do such and such, but I'm a bit scared, and ooh, it's a bit anxious-making. And so what you do is you reach into your Phuket and you go, Phuket! I'll do it anyway. Which is why at the age of 61 or 60, I decided I would do stand-up. Because it's one of those things that I've always wanted to do, and I sort of stopped myself because I was a bit worried or something, and I suddenly realised, actually, what's the worst that can happen? You know, people talk about dying on stage. Actually, you don't die. I have never seen anyone die in this club, and I've been to quite a lot of shows I've seen sort of things that are not funny, you know. So, we spent most of our lives not being funny, so what's the big deal? You know? So that's my philosophy now, is, you know, if you want to do something and you're kind of a bit scared, you think it's going to be awful, what will they think of me? They'll think I'm stupid, or she's got a bit of a cheek standing up here in front of me. I mean, it's just stupid. You know, be ludicrous. Most ludicrous thing I did recently is after I did a dark clown workshop, I was very inspired, and some friends of mine were involved in the Whitley Bay Film Festival. So I volunteered to do a bit of dark clowning, which involved singing as if my family were going to be killed if I didn't continue this song. It's kind of a bit of a weird thing. So I did this in an alley, with very good acoustics. Very good acoustics, I can recommend it, just off Victoria Avenue in Whitley Bay. I sang various songs that I don't know the words of, as if under pressure from having my loved ones murdered if I didn't continue with the song. And I because a passerby interacted with me, I invented a Geordie national anthem and also the Belgian national anthem. So I'm not going to sing them today because there's some really good singing been going on, and it's not an alleyway in the back of Whitley Bay. It's not the same atmosphere at all. So I'm going to finish off with one last thing, which is what I discovered, a discovery I made the other day. I went to see the film Pride. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's an absolutely brilliant film. I was in buckets of tears. It brought all this stuff back. It's about it's set in 1984 in the big miners' strike, and it's about a group of lesbian and gay people who collect for the strike and build up a relationship with this very traditional Welsh mining village, and it really is incredibly emotional. And it made me think two things. One, that I remembered this and being involved in all this activity, that you don't always know that you're making history, that the things that you do, which might be quite small, which you do because of commitment or whatever, can become part of history. That was the first thing. And the other thing I realised, because one of the storylines is a kind of very personal storyline about a young man who's very closeted, and at the end he comes out, was you can't be happy if you're not yourself. And it just struck me as a really profound thing, that, you know, whether it's sexuality or your beliefs, your politics, whatever it is, if you're pretending to be something, you're not, other than on stage when we're going to do all sorts of daft things. In your life, if you pretend, you're never going to be happy, because you're always going to be scared of being found out. And I'd just like to leave you with that. One, do lots of new things, grow your brain, because it's still plastic. And two, be yourself, because that's the way you'll be happy. Thank you.